Streaming now, this is the Wood TV Live Desk.
And good afternoon, everyone. Phil Penarski here with the Wood TV Live Desk. Hope you're having a great start to your Wednesday. We are now being joined live by Tracy Riley, who is actually just named the brand new Executive Director of the Coast Guard Festival down in Grand Haven. Brings thousands upon thousands of people every single year. Every single summer, really. And Tracy, it is an absolute pleasure to have you on. This is actually your first day on the job. We were kind of talking about that a little bit earlier. So glad you're able to make time, kind of getting in the swing of things to sit down and talk with us.
Sure. Thanks, Phil.
Absolutely. And, kind of just touching on, obviously, still relatively new on the job. The announcement was made last week. Kind of just, where's your head at? What's it like been these past couple of days, kind of, once you realized that you were now going to be in charge of the festival?
Very exciting and a little overwhelming at points, but just super excited. I mean, thrilled to have this opportunity, and just blessed to be in Grand Haven and be doing this job. I couldn't be happier.
Mm-hmm. Right. And have you ever been a part of the festival before? How had you visited? Being retired from the Coast Guard, what's sort of been your prior experience to the Coast Guard Festival?
So my introduction to Grand Haven was as a group commander from 2004 to 2006. I was stationed here. So I was very involved in the Coast Guard Festival, as the local units are here. And in fact, that's when I first met Mike Smith, because Mike was hired during my time here as a group commander. So we've known each other for quite a while. And so that was my first introduction to the Coast Guard Festival. And when you're in the Coast Guard Festival, Grand Haven just treat you like royalty. So thoroughly enjoyed that and knew I would always come back here. So I had left here, finished my career in the Coast Guard and retired, and moved back 5 years ago. And shortly after moving back, I was asked if I wanted to be on the Coast Guard Festival board, which I accepted. So I've been a member of the board ever since I got back about 5 years ago. So.
Mm-hmm. Right now, so it's just kind of moving to a little bit different direction now. But
yeah.
Yes, and you mentioned Mike Smith. Obviously, was the longtime executive director of the festival. Had been for 17 years. Unfortunately, he did pass away last year, ahead of the last year's festival. Pretty big shoes to fill. Where's kind of your head at regarding that?
It is big shoes to fill for sure. There's only one Mike Smith, and so people ask me, about filling his shoes, and I can't do that.
Right.
I could never do that. Mike was a very special individual to us, and we miss him. I think his vision for this upcoming festival, the 100th, was to continue to showcase our Coast Guard, showcase our city, and to thank this community that's been doing this for the Coast Guard for 100 years. So my plan going forward is to take the festival in that direction for its 100th.
Mm-hmm. And of course, upcoming in 2024, it will be the festival's 100th time running in Grand Haven. Have you kind of thought about that, how big that moment is going to be for you, especially coming in? Your first year is also probably going to be one of the biggest Coast Guard festivals to have happened. Yeah,
that has dawned on me, that this is a super big year for us, the 100th, and I'm so excited about that opportunity. I do expect it to be bigger. I expect probably to have more guests, more official guests than we typically do, and it is going to be a big celebration within the city as well, with our community. And then for the Coast Guard people as well. So yeah, I know the 100th will be a big year for sure.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Well, we're definitely looking forward to that. And Tracy, before we let you go, obviously still trying to get settled in your office and everything like that. Totally understand that. But have you started kind of thinking about what you specifically want to bring to Coast Guard City and the festival, and really just kind of keeping it going, especially ahead of the 100th turn of it?
Yeah, I think as being somebody who was in the Coast Guard and actually served here and saw that, I remember the excitement of being a Coast Guardsman here in the city. So I think I always want to keep in mind that we do this for our Coast Guard people. This is why it's Coast Guard City is Grand Haven. It started as a picnic, and they were celebrating the people that were stationed here in the Coast Guard, our little lifesavers at the station and on the ships that were here. And so I want to continue to make sure that we always focus on that. The festival is big. I mean, we have people from all over coming in here to celebrate with us. But I want to make sure that we keep that focus on our Coast Guard and our city and how special Grand Haven is, and what it does for our Coast Guard people and for our visitors that come in to enjoy the festival.
Well, we certainly wish you the best, Tracy, and we can't thank you enough for stopping by. I do want to remind everybody watching that if you'd like to learn a little bit more background on Tracy and get to know her a little bit better, you can definitely find a full story right now over on our website, woodtv.com. Tracy, one last time, thank you so much for stopping by today. We really do appreciate it.
I appreciate it, Phil. Thank you.
Yes, of course. I want to thank everybody else for tuning into this latest edition of the Wood TV Live Desk. I'm Phil Penarski, and we hope you have a great rest of your day.